What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Money Mondays. This is myself and Lisa's first episode of 2025. And yeah, so we'll be back at it with the Money Mondays. So, probably, what do you say, Lisa? Like once a month, we're going to do these until further notice?
Yeah, we're gonna just try to keep it to once a month. If we get more people on the channel and more people commenting that they want to see more Money Mondays, we'll probably maybe add another one.
Right, right. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. And so our topic for our first episode of 2025 is what the average person don't know about wealth. And I thought this was a pretty good topic to start off the year with. Usually people want to start off with like resolutions and stuff like that. But I thought that number one, most people are doing resolutions, and I think that a lot of times resolutions people don't really hold up to them for too long, and so. But I thought that this would be something that maybe people can just refer back to this topic, throughout throughout the year.
Yeah, this material is really kind of evergreen, meaning you can
Mhm.
just use it
Mhm.
for now until whenever.
Right, right, right. Okay, and so now the first topic that we want to talk about is wealth is about freedom and not stuff, right? And so, I want to explain by saying that people sometimes confuse wealth with like material gains and accumulating material things, but I think wealth is more like setting yourself up in a position where you can have the freedom to do what you want more so, with your time and your energy like that. So, and what's your take on it?
Yes, it absolutely is about freedom. It's about
Mhm.
being able to call your own shots. Be in power of your time, be
Mhm.
in power of your income. And no, there's, a slow movement, but still kind of aware movement
Mhm.
of people that understand that you can't take it with you. You can't take the money with you. You can't take the stuff with you. So, really, if you feel that wealth is about accumulating the stuff, you're kind of missing the mark.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I see so many people though, like you said, like people are starting to realize that, but I still see a lot of people, you know, they just don't get it right now, and then they accumulate a lot of material things, and then all that does is it keeps you working. Basically, it just keeps you working, and keeps you in the rat race.
True.
Yeah.
I feel that way. And but my thing is less is more.
Hmm.
And starting to embrace minimalism and
Hmm.
been always downsizing.
Yeah.
So I think if people realize that at the end of their lives, you just that all that stuff doesn't mean anything. You
Right.
be in a much more beneficial mental space
Hmm.
to treat yourself like a surprise when you deserve it, not just buy everything because you can. If that makes
Right. Right.
sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, that's those are good points. Yep. All right. And so the next topic is time is an asset, right? And so a lot of people don't realize or don't respect their time, and how valuable your time is when it comes to gaining wealth, you
Well,
know.
yeah, especially when you're younger. I mean, we all have the same 24 hours, and
Mhm.
no day is promised to another person, billionaire or broke.
Right.
But when you're younger, time is on your favor as far as accumulating wealth.
Hmm.
Um, when you get a little bit older, you still can do it, but your space is have been shortened, because you don't really know how much. Nobody knows how much time they have left. So time really is something that no billionaire, no millionaire can extend it. They can
Yeah.
be in charge of it, um, but it is your biggest asset. And unless you learn to respect it, you will squander it. And I've been guilty of that too.
Yeah, yeah, we all have been, I think. And most of the time you'll notice that the more successful a person becomes, the more they respect their time, because like people, I'm to this point now, I just really don't like for people to waste my time. And when I was younger, like you said, it was something that I never really even thought about. But now, I really respect my time, and I'm kind of frugal with my time as far as like who I give my time to and stuff like that. So
Me too.
yeah, yeah,
I hear you.
yeah. Time is definitely an asset. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, and the next one is ownership over wages, right? And so what I was thinking about with this is, I think in order to accumulate wealth, I think the way to go is ownership rather than being, or the fastest way I would think would be ownership over like being an hourly worker. So what are your thoughts on that one?
Well, I agree completely. And if you've never, if there, the audience out there has never heard of or never read of Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad,
Mm-hmm.
you really do need to pick that up, because really what Mike is saying as well is that there's 4 quadrants. There's a cash flow quadrant, and the first quadrant is basically you're an employee, you're working 9 to 5, maybe paycheck to paycheck. The second quadrant is that you're self-employed, which
Mm-hmm.
means you have your own business, but really you're still working the business. So if you don't work that business, the business doesn't continue to make money for you.
Right.
And the third spot in the quadrant is that you're a business owner. And that means that it's like running a McDonald's. You're the silent partner. You have everything in place. You can go on vacation if you get sick or you want to start another business. That business runs with or without you and still makes you money. And then the fourth one is obviously becoming an investor, where you take the money from your business, being a business owner, and have that money work for you. So
Right.
I completely agree with that. Again, if you haven't, I'm not affiliated with Robert Kiyosaki, but I have read his books. And I think that's very key, is that you need to own something. Even if you're working a 9 to 5, you need to own something that's yours, even if it's just this little side hustle, so that you can get to be a business owner and not self-employed or an employee.
Right, right. Yep, yeah. So yeah, those are all good points. Okay, so the next one I want to move down to is inflation kills savings. And so now I came up with this one because a lot of people think that if they just stuff their money in a mattress somewhere or in a jar, that they can, save their way to wealth. But or even something, even if you set it in a basic savings account in a bank, they think that works. And I'm here to tell you that that's not it. It don't work like that.
Absolutely. With inflation, inflation has climbed like over 4.5% or whatever for the last, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years. It seems like forever.
Yeah.
If your money's in a bank and you're only getting like 0.1% or 1%, your money's actually going backwards.
Yeah.
So this again goes back to, I know some people personally that have for their age, they're young. They have a lot of money in the bank, but they're not investing it. They've been talking about investing it, and they're not. It's still sitting in the bank account, making negative marks, So you really gotta, at the very minimum, check into your options. There are ways for you to invest and grow your money without sacrificing all of it. And you can only invest as much as you can afford to lose.
Yeah, that's good advice too. Yeah, because yeah, I've experienced that with banks too. You put money in there, and then like the interest that you earn, it just goes right out the window when they hit you with those fees and those charges. The service charges. That stuff just go right out the window. So
Yes.
yeah, and inflation definitely goes up faster than what you know. what your bank account will. So, all right. So let me move on to the next one. The next one is debt can be a tool, and this is for people who don't know how to or don't know what like good debt is. Um, Good debt could be like investing in real estate, stocks, or any asset that appreciates. You know, so
Yes, I do agree with that, Mike. I think that debt can be a tool, especially if you're young and starting out and you want to build your credit. You can, anybody and their brother will basically throw a credit card at you. But if you know how to handle it, manage it wisely,
mm-hmm.
only make charges for things that you can pay for literally
Mm-hmm.
with that card and then pay for them before that bill comes in. That's a great way to build credit. And the other thing you were talking about off camera was real estate. Uh, a lot of people have their yes and no's about real estate, but
Mm-hmm.
what some of the wealthy do, and this is just an inside tip, is that if you own a house and you have equity in your house, you can use your house as a bank.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning you can take like a short-term loan out and go buy another property
Right. Yeah.
or buy some, asset building wealth because your house is your bank. As long
Mm-hmm.
as you're able to pay, obviously, yourself back for that loan and grow that asset, that's a lot of what the wealthy do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 So those are good points. Also, um, and the next topic is, let me see, network is valuable, right? And so where I was going with this is like establishing business relationships that are going to be beneficial to you and the person that that you're that you're doing that or could potentially doing business with.
Yes, nobody's going to know about your side hustle or whatever unless you're networking,
Mm-hmm.
and even if it's on social media, you're kind of networking there. But, you get out, you let people know, you talk to people, go to chamber meetings, whatever, let your neighbors know, your friends. That's kind of a form of networking.
Right.
And, you've got to do something, whether or not you're an extrovert or an introvert. In order to get your business to grow, you've got to be able to put yourself out there and talk about what it is that you're doing and why and what makes your side hustle or new business so special.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of leads into the last topic, financial literacy versus income, right? And and so what I spoke about earlier was about like some people don't realize that if you earn a lot of money and you don't know how to manage it, then you'll wind up like losing everything or working against yourself. And if you earn a little bit of money, less money, but you do know how to manage it, then I think that'll put you in a better position because you'll have that literacy.
Right. And we've kind of covered this in other Money Mondays before with regards to, you know, multimillionaires, celebrities, and, NBA people, people in MLB, I mean, sports figures, lottery winners who are broke after the first year of their winnings because if you are not good with money, and you get a lot of money thrown at you, you're
Yeah.
going to be just as bad with a little bit of money as you are with a lot of money. So, financial literacy is super important for you. If you have kids and
Right.
you want to break the cycle of maybe generational poverty, there's so much information online that you can just tap into even your bank and your credit unions offer basic courses on financial literacy for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think people really need to learn how to manage their money and also learn how to because I think it's a lifelong process, really. Just like, and it's a skill, just like people who learn how to play sports or something like that. It's something that you really can't. rely on other people to do, because that's also a way to people take advantage. So you
Yeah.
have to know how to manage your own money.
Isn't that whole MLB Otani thing about
Oh yeah,
mismanaging some funds? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
how does a guy, that wealthy entrust his, I don't know the whole story. My kids were telling me about it.
yeah,
But seriously, um, that's
yeah,
major. That was, I don't know what's going on with that now, but that was a major story in MLB that, basically, there was some serious mismanagement of
yeah,
funds. It
yeah,
happens all the time. If
yeah,
you're not aware of
absolutely.
what's going in and out, it happens all the time.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It does happen a lot. And so yeah, I don't know why people just don't, they don't take that on themselves, as far as like learning how to manage money. If you want to learn how to be an athlete, that's something that you have to work at. Or actor or actress or something like that. That's something that, and being financially literate or learning how to manage and earn money, that's something that you have to work at. That's something that you can't pass on to other
Oh,
people.
true. Very
Yeah,
true, Mike.
yeah. So, but I thought that all of these topics were good, for people to be able to refer back to, and understand that this is, like you said, this is what do you call it, evergreen? Or
Yeah, it's
yeah,
evergreen material. You can come back to us anytime and just go back and what did
yeah,
Mike and Lisa say? Boom, there you have it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, and it's different from having like resolutions. Like people set resolutions, and then after a few weeks or so or a month or so, they forget all about it. But the evergreen material is something that you can refer back to year round.
Very true. And
Yeah.
last little measure about resolutions on the new year. I personally have not made any resolutions for the last like 3 to 5 years,
Mhm.
but I do strategically do things that are different and try to continue with making those a daily habit.
Okay.
And I think if you look at things as habits rather than goals or resolutions, you might be, people might be in a better mindset to
Mhm.
change their habits, especially around money and health and wealth, as they
Mhm.
are a resolution.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah. So yeah, so with that being said, I want everybody to make sure to Lisa, how's your website and your everything going?
It's good. I'm actually in the rebranding right now, so everything's good. Like and subscribe
Yeah, no
to
doubt.
the channel. Where it's slow. This, the channel's slowly growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are fine. I'm, like I said, in a rebranding phase right now, so we'll see what happens for the new year. So
Yeah.
new ideas and new projects coming up. So
That's
I'll keep you
good.
posted.
That's good. Yeah, I look forward to seeing what you have, what you got going on. But and also I appreciate you coming back on to do the Mondays and everything. I know you are really busy, with your business and everything and your clients. So I appreciate taking the time out.
It's an honor to be here, Mike.
Thank you, thank you. It's an honor to have you. And with that being said, I want everybody to make sure to like and subscribe, and look forward to our videos every one Monday a month. I'm not sure we're going to do the first Monday, the third Monday, or whatever, but one Monday a month we'll be putting on these Money Monday shows. So, and,
Let us know what you think.
yeah, absolutely.
Comments are important. Are you liking them? Do you want to see something different? Do you have a specific topic you want to learn about or hear about? Please let us know.
Yeah, yeah. We appreciate your input. We look forward to your input and appreciate your input.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, with that being said, we're going to sign off, and we will see you all on the next episode. Peace out.